Chase Lee Hockey with the Blue Futon out of the theaters one night only, the 29th. Did you watch it? St. Michael, Meet the Angel. Do you actually meet the angel? That's up to you. So St. Michael, Meet the Angel. What's it about? It's a very simple premise, actually. We're talking about St. Michael and his history and multiple priests. And if you want to put it, regular civilians in Poland or Italy that tell their story of meeting or dreaming about St. Michael. So do I like this film? To me, it was a little underwhelming for what it was supposed to be. It's an hour and 30 minutes, but unfortunately, I'd say about 50 minutes of the movie is actually like talking about St. Michael. And the other last 30 minutes is mostly priests talking to the camera saying, there's this angel, the guardian angel, your spouse's guardian angel. If you have problems with spouses, here's my book. Here's my book. So it's almost a calling card of like the priests trying to sell their books. So with that, I'll give the positives of the movie. This did bring back some good memories of being in Europe and seeing the architecture because it's vast, rich European architecture when it comes to churches in Italy, Poland. I remember going to Germany and just walking through a town randomly, and no shit, it was sunny and it starts to rain. You're like, this is odd. I'm going to go in this random church. And I would have never gone in the church if it never rained, but going in this church, it was awe-inspiring. When I say it's awe-inspiring, you don't have to be religious to like just enjoy the architecture of this vast, huge, goth church landscape. And it's absolutely beautiful. It's kind of weird also in Germany, the most peaceful place I've been in the world is a cemetery in Germany, next to this hotel called Hotel Anna, owned by a Russian. I was there in 2016, and I was just walking, and all of a sudden I walk up this hill, and you're in this cemetery with like small waterfalls for people, and I was the only one in there, and it was calm and peaceful, and it was the most weird, eerie, calm and peaceful I've ever been in my entire life. But that has nothing to do with this movie. But the good thing is the architecture and the history that they actually show in the movie. Unfortunately, everything else is more just people saying their past stories of like meeting Saint Michael and everything like that, and talking about how it's the patron saint of police officers in Italy and Ireland and everything like that. So that's kind of interesting, but I wanted more history of like Saint Michael, where he actually came from. What has he done in the past to become this huge saint character, like the only saint with the sword, and almost like, ooh, should you even have a saint with the sword? Because even though he's kind of violent, so there's a good undertone of what St. Michael is supposed to be, of like, you know, patron saint of parachuters is it parachuters? Yeah. So he's a saint for a lot of, you know, branches in the world, but it doesn't really go into that. It just goes to like someone saying like, yeah, I have 7 kids, 5 of them went to heaven, and they talk to St. Michael. But I just wish there was more stories of like St. Michael back in the past, of like his just going through history, if you want to put it that way. They talk more about St. Joseph with Mary. There's more talk about his past than St. Michael's. So if you're talking about St. Michael's past, like meeting the angel, I kind of need more information about the angel. However, they did talk about the Shia LaBeouf, what priest is he playing? Pico, I think that's what his name is, Priest Pico, where it's like stigmata, like from the 50s and 60s. So they talk about that in the beginning of the story, which I did find interesting. Like that history I wanted to know. So that gave me more interested in like watching this Shia LaBeouf movie. I'm like, okay, I'm very interested in that. But overall, St. Michael Meet the Angel, it didn't just reach my levels of what I was expecting for this movie. I was expecting kind of a history lesson, because I am writing a script called The Devil's Dog, which goes into religious undertones. So I was thinking, oh, maybe this could like help me do some research. Unfortunately, it didn't. A lot of it was in Italian or Polish, and it was a voiceover. So if you don't like that stuff, you're not going to like this movie. And like I said, it was about 50 minutes, and the last 20-25 minutes was mostly priests talking about marriage counseling and selling their book. So unfortunately, I was a little disappointed in this whole endeavor. So St. Michael, Meet the Angel, will receive a 2 out of 5 Blue Futons, which equals that 40%. So see the critics' news scores gave this one. So you have critics a 0, audience score 89% with fewer than 50, no critic consensus. I mean, I understand the very religious people going for it. Like, I'm not a religious person. I like watching history stuff and documentaries. I watch anything. But with this one, I just wanted more information about the angel himself. Yes, we got some things like, oh, that was the most like portraited angel ever, and him stepping on the Satan and everything like that. But I just wanted like history of like the juiciness of like God, Jesus, Saint Michael, parts of the Bible, and everything like that. Like I wanted a history lesson, and I really didn't get the history lesson I wanted. So 40 or 89. She's talking with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. One more thing is Futonopia. You Futon, thanks for watching. Have a great day. And seriously, if you liked it, I enjoy that you liked it. But like I said, 50 minutes was kind of interesting. The last 30 minutes, I was just like, I don't want your book.